Yeah, a whole lot has been happening, a whole lot. Nigeria is currently a very interesting place. Nigeria, as usual, is a very interesting place to be in, and dramas never end. A whole lot of trends never end. Just recently we had Donald Trump, right? Where he issued out that tweet that had everybody thinking and everybody wondering what will happen next. Where he said, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killings of Christians, then the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country. Guns are blazing to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist thugs attack our cherished Christians. Warning: the Nigerian government better move fast. And this one happened last week, and the whole of the internet space in Nigeria was filled with so much tension and opinions flying here and there. That one didn't end until we found ourselves in the Regina Daniel and Ned Nwoko crisis, where it was alleged that Ned arrested one of the brothers or two of the brothers, locked them up, and Regina came out crying and pleading at the same time, threatening, and in between all of that, we had the vloggers everywhere. It was a whole lot, man. It was a whole lot. And one would think that trend will also last for another week or two, and before we knew it again, a new one just came, and it was yesterday, and this one was between a lieutenant known by the name Lieutenant Wike-Yerima and the FCT minister Yosem Wike, and this one was over, I think, land issues. It was over land issues, and it didn't go well, and a whole lot of Nigerians had been actually cheering the officer for standing his ground despite the clash between him and the FCT minister, while a whole lot have also been saying that it's unlawful and that the officer himself shouldn't have responded to the FCT minister that way. So a whole lot of things flying, and we do not know the next trend that is going to come, but I get to notice a lot of things as they happen, and it's like the main important issues just get thrown out there through the bucket, just get thrown out the door. 1 minute we're talking about the whole terrorist genocide case, the whole Boko Haram and the killings, and then the next moment we forgot about it once the Regina Daniel case came, and then now again there's a new trend again in town, and we are no longer talking about the things that really matter. And so before again, we still go against cycle, and boom, we don't really know where we stand anymore. And this is sometimes, one may even suspect that these new trends are somehow orchestrated by people who desire that we be distracted from them. Nigerians are not difficult to distract, very easy, and we forget most of the most important things. When you look at how the Trump issue, kind of startled everybody. By now you think maybe we won't be talking about anything for the next 1 year until we fix the terrorist issue, but now you see, no one is really talking about it as we should, something we should be talking about more and more. I am here, Great Dave, and it's been a while I've been right here on this news, but I may not really be on the mic, but I observe everything I see as it goes. I want to hear your take, just tell me what you think about this whole trends, from this to this to this to this. Are we going to have more trends? And guess who is feeding, who is making money? The bloggers. The bloggers are making more money, and that's what they care about. And then the audience themselves are just the sensational listeners, the people who just get moved and dragged from one pillar to another pillar. It never ends. It will end. Trust me, I can bet you that in another 5 days a newer trend will come, and we will forget about this particular one which we hold so dear to us. I think I came across was it Buratai? I think it was Buratai who tweeted, it's most times difficult for me to actually take anything online serious until I cannot confirm. This one is coming from Tuku Buratai. I think it was one time the chief of army staff, I think during the Buhari regime, and this one is reading right here saying urgent action required as Minister Wike's conduct poses a clear threat to national security. And this one is written November 11, 2025, right? Okay, it's saying that the events of November 11, 2025, involving the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Inyoson Wike, demand an immediate and serious response. Is public disparagement of a uniformed officer of the Nigerian Armed Forces transcends mere misconduct, and it represents a palpable threat to national security and institutional integrity. A minister's verbal assault on a military officer in uniform is an act of profound indiscipline that strikes at the core of our nation's command and control structure. It deliberately undermines the chain of command, disrespects the authority of the commander-in-chief, and grievously wounds the morale of every individual who serves under the Nigerian flag. Such action erode the very foundation of discipline upon which our national security apparatus stands, and this cannot be dismissed as political theater. It is a reckless endangerment of national order, and this action by Wike is clearly an indication of undermining the federal government's authority. And then I think he goes ahead to say ministers, consequently, Barrister Inyoson Wike must tender an immediate and unequivocal public apology to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as Commander-in-Chief, the entire armed forces of Nigeria, and the specific officer whose honor was violated. Our nation's security must come first. It is time for decisive action, not politics of military bashing. The integrity of our armed forces demands nothing less. Signed, Tuko Boratai. I hope this is actually credible and not someone's makeup through Photoshop and all that, because I'm always very careful as to reporting news like this. So it's a whole lot, man. I'll be bringing you more latest. I think Whiskey's son dropped an album, and I cannot wait to read for you Daneriga's remark, or will I say review of the album, which I think is apt and it's very true. A lot of people may think, oh Dave, man, you really like to think you have too much bad opinion or negative opinion about certain things, but Daneriga was right on that one, and yes, I'ma tell you that one in a jiffy. So right now it's me from you, and yeah, for now I'm out.